If you would like to support the channel, check out my Patreon where you can get cool rewards or buy games like Squad on Humble Bundle by using the links in the description below. Hello everyone, so as you can probably tell, we're going to be going through the new Insurgency teaser, the new Insurgency Sandstorm teaser, which is labeled Burt, right, for the A-10, and it's got some really cool features that I really want to talk about and have got me really excited. So we're just going to kind of do a small breakdown of the trailer and talk about a couple things that caught my eye, a couple things that, I noticed from Postscriptum or Squad and Insurgency Sandstorm and comparing them and stuff like that. But first off, I want to say, once again, this is all closed alpha footage. So, things are subject to change, be added, removed, altered, and stuff like that. So nothing's concrete here. But from what I see, I like it, and we're going to get straight into the breakdown. So first thing you notice, breachable doors. The first thing that they drop, like that alone got me hyped. The first literally 2 seconds of this teaser trailer with the breachable doors. I know they kind of had it in a split second in the past teaser, but this one shows it fully working. It's awesome to see that they're focusing on the CQB and how they can kind of bring new elements into the CQB. Because right now in Squad, there's no breachable doors. They do plan on adding doors and the breacher class and stuff like that, but it's not in yet. In Insurgency Sandstorm, they've already got the breacher door working, and it's going to be a really cool mechanic to be able to shoot through doors, open doors, knock doors down, and surprise people inside. And it's going to add a whole nother level, I think, to CQB gameplay. And I think Insurgency Sandstorm and NWI gets to get away with this because they're focusing on that smaller scale, right? This is why I'm still going to be playing Squad when Insurgency Sandstorm comes out, is because Squad focuses on that larger scale, right? Insurgency Sandstorm is 1 to 2 squads tops versus each other, a much more micro and a much more CQB environment, whereas Squad focuses on the larger scale, right? The battlefield, the tanks, the logistics, the infantry, the helicopters, and all these player-controlled assets. So two different kinds of games in the same realism realm, which is why I'm going to be playing both of them. Squad to get my, battlefield, like my huge macro scale fix, and then I'm going to be playing Sandstorm to get my, micro kind of CQB and smaller force-on-force fix, right? And also, I can't wait for the co-op versus AI in Sandstorm. I love co-op versus AI, so I can't wait to see that. But yeah, breachable doors are in. It's cool to see that they're working. It's awesome. I think it's going to add a whole nother level to CQB gameplay, surprising the crap out of people, being able to, close the door behind you and make sure it's kind of secure. So it's cool to see that's in. And second thing they add, within 8 seconds of the trailer, vaulting. Right? So vaulting was just added to Squad, and I could alone already tell how much vaulting changed Squad, right? Before, you were kind of limited to where you could go, whether you could jump crouch it or try to, jump trick over it. But now with vaulting and climbing, it opened up a lot of areas in the map. Roofs, second floors, getting through windows, getting out of windows, climbing over certain walls, stuff like that. It opened up the map entirely. It made it feel more dynamic. So seeing Insurgency Sandstorm have vaulting already makes me really excited. They've made a lot of progress, and I think it's going to be really, really cool, especially in the urban CQB environments that Insurgency is known for. It's going to be really cool to have these kind of mechanics when you're going through the map, and it's going to make it more dynamic, being able to jump over things, vault over things, and hopefully climb over things. I don't think they've showcased climbing. I'm not sure if they plan on adding that, but we'll see. But we just saw alone in Squad how much vaulting changed the game. Right there, it's awesome to hear Michael Suruhas's voice come through. He's been doing all the voiceover for the first Insurgency, so almost every line of voice text or a voiceover you hear in the first Insurgency, that's Michael's voice, and it's cool to hear him back in Insurgency Sandstorm. Just getting that nostalgia back, and just I got to work with him as well when I was with NWI, so it was really cool to be playing with him. And to be able to hear his voice within the game, so that's a cool touch to bring back. It makes me smile to hear him back in Sandstorm. And there's that glorious A-10. Now I can only assume right now that the A-10, because it's an overhead, or it's because it's a flyby or whatever, is player called in, just like Dave Infamy, because I'm assuming they're taking the same system from Dave Infamy and transferring it almost directly into Sandstorm, where you have a squad leader, right? And he's able to call in these assets, but he needs a radio man or whatever, and it's on a cooldown, and you have timers and stuff, and the off-map support comes in. So it's really cool to see that they took that one feature from Dave Infamy and they're putting it in Sandstorm, because to me, that gave the game so much scale. It was kind of an artificial sense of scale because, you know, the maps are only so big, but just hearing and being able to see the plane come overhead and seeing the effect that plane had on the map, it's incredible. Like even in Postscriptum, when you saw those Stukas or whatever it was that was doing the strafing runs, doing the bombing runs, just being able to see and hear another asset, whether it be a tank or a plane or whatever it is, it adds so much scale. And you can't really, I can't really explain it unless you played in one of those games like Dave Infamy or Postscriptum where you can see these assets come in. But it fills you with a sense of awe to see these assets come through. Unfortunately, they're not player controlled. Squad is going to have, you know, like player controlled helicopters and stuff like that. But I don't think any of these are going to be, in Insurgency Sandstorm, are going to be directly player controlled aside from the call-in. So it's cool to see that they're taking that fire support asset from Dave Infamy and putting it right into Sandstorm. And then, of course, as I said before, oh, that bird is so glorious. As I said before, it's real cool to see, we'll rewind it right there. It's real cool to see the actual plane fly over because it just makes the map feel bigger, it makes the game feel bigger, makes it feel like you're part of a larger mission. It's a great tool, I think, to have the ability to not only have the airstrike call-in or whatever, but to be able to see the plane that's delivering it, I think, is a huge artistic touch and adds a lot to how cinematic a game feels. So it's real cool that they put a lot of work into not only adding the airstrike in, but also model the plane, get the sounds right, and have it fly over the map. Right? So, really excited. Really, really hyped for Sandstorm. Once again, Sandstorm's going to be my CQB game, and Squad's going to be my macro game, my strategy game. So I love both these games coming out. It's the age of the tactical shooter, I feel like, right now. A lot of tactical shooters coming out, you know, Escape from Tarkov, Postscriptum, Hell Let Loose. It's great. It's great. This is a great time to be alive for me. I'm super hyped for these games, and I can't wait to see what Sandstorm's going to look like when it's finished. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and every time Sandstorm drops some little tidbit of information, I'm going to be going over it because I can't wait for this game to come out. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.